Hello, this is for content creators. I just really wanted to show everybody it's possible to get rid of the infamous carriage return delay when you're copying text from PDF or text over to text to speech with AI. So I'm going to give an example here. I got Journey to the Center of the Earth, Chapter 2, and I just copied this selection of text. I put it in speech note, and you're going to hear unnatural delays in these sentences, and then I'm going to show you how to get rid of them.
That study of his was a museum, and nothing else. Specimens of everything known in mineralogy lay there in their places in perfect order, and correctly
named divided into inflammable, metallic, and lithoid minerals.
How well I knew all these bits of science.
Many a time, instead of
enjoying the company of lads of my own age, I had preferred dusting these graphites, anthracites, coals, lignites, and peats.
Okay, I think we've heard enough there. What's causing these unnatural delays is carriage returns. I copied this into LibreOffice. I went to View and I put a check by formatting marks. Now, what you're seeing here at the end of these sentences is carriage returns. The problem is, you see how I can put the cursor on the other side of this and hit backspace and space. That'll get rid of it, but you don't want to have to do that for every sentence. That would be a serious pain. So if you want to get rid of all this at once, and I would strongly suggest backing up your document before you do this, you want to go to Edit and you want to go to Find and Replace. Go down here under Other Options and make sure you put a check by Regular Expressions. In the Find box, put $sign in here. In the Replace box, you just want to put one space and just click Replace All. There you go. And now what I'm going to do is go to Select All, Copy, and copy over this in Speech Note. Now, let's see what happens when I go to play this.
That study of his was a museum, and nothing else. Specimens of everything known in mineralogy lay there in their places in perfect order, and correctly named, divided into inflammable, metallic, and lithoid minerals. How well I knew all these bits of science. Many a time, instead of enjoying the company of lads of my own age, I had preferred dusting these graphites, anthracites, coals, lignites, and peats. And there were bitumens, resins, organic salts to be protected from the least grain of dust, and metals from iron to gold, metals whose current value altogether disappeared in the presence of the republican equality of scientific specimens, and stones too enough to rebuild entirely the house in Königstrasse, even with a handsome additional room, which would have suited me admirably.
Okay, let me stop it there. This thing's just going on and on, but I wanted to make a quick demonstration. This is how you can get your content to come out correctly, and also, if you're doing something with text to speech, you also want to take like Mr. and Mrs. and replace these with a version that doesn't have a period, because you can just go replace all and do the entire document at the same time. One last thing is I went to get myself a copy of Speech Note on the software manager for Linux Mint, and it told me the entire thing is going to take up 7.4 gigabytes of space on my hard disk, and I said no thank you. What I did was I went to the GitHub homepage, I went to the downloads, and I downloaded this file right here, Noble AMD 64 Deb. This one works for the latest version of Linux Mint 22. The only thing is about this, it had to make changes in 116 different files, so I'm going to advise you to be wary. The install seemed to happen without a hitch, and it installed and everything runs great. Seems like there might be a few less things under language and models, but I still got this to work pretty darn good, I think. This is what's available right now. I wouldn't go with eSpeak Robot. I've tried that before. It's pretty bad. But the rest of these aren't too bad. Some of these you have to experiment, and they're just numbered, but only some of them, like the ones that say they have like 904 voices. And judging on the number, I have no idea what the characteristics of this voice would be. I just pretty much have to try one and guess. You can copy entire books into this program and export to a file and set it for MP3, and if it's a really long book it'll take a while, but it's worth the wait. Okay, I copied the entire chapter 4 in here, condensed down to about a page and a half. Let's see how long this takes to actually convert. It took 1 minute and 45 seconds. It output a file which is 3.8 megabytes, and
TBSISE's gone.
it's
Cried Martha.
6 minutes and 17 seconds long. If I hit Control I, it's a 224 kilobit MP3. This is a great way to create a lot of content at once, to read yourself to sleep at night or put a whole audiobook on YouTube. By the way, be sure to watch my next video, which is going to be dark mode for speech note. I just found this out a few minutes ago, how to activate dark mode in this program. So you're going to want to watch this if you're tired of your eyeballs hurting. That's all I've got to say about this. I'm going to go listen to an ebook and pass out. You guys have a great one.